Alright, been a little bit since I posted a video. Doing a little bit of work on the bike today, just real simple, changing out turn signals, because these old ones, as you can see, are pretty garbage. But I've had a couple of you guys ask what's been going on in some recent comments on my videos, so we'll do a little update video here while we do this. For those of you playing the home game, we are going to swap these out. So real simple, just unscrew that, this will come out. Follow your wiring up inside, find where it plugs into, and make sure that your new ones have the same plugs, which mine came with the same plugs, so that's very fortunate and very easy. It looks like whoever installed these ones previously had to do some soldering, which is easy enough. Unplug them and just do it in reverse. When you do these, do make sure that you're threading everything through here in the correct order. Put those wires in and thread your nut on there and tighten it down before you run the wires up and plug them in, because if you plug those wires in, you can have a real hard time getting that nut on there to tighten it down. See, these ones were even finger tight, so whoever installed these did not do a terrifically great job. As you can see, the rubber that was holding these on is toast, which is, looks like they have used some electrical tape previously. But it's just as easy as that. Now, as to what I've been up to in the meantime, it has been about 2 years since I posted a video. It's been busy. I've been working a lot, which is part of the reason that I haven't been working on or writing this. But if you follow me on Instagram, which I'm not going to suggest, you'll see that I had some issues with my brakes as well, which is part of the reason I wasn't writing too much. The front master cylinder, no matter how many times I bled it, was soft. After just letting it sit for a couple hours, be okay. Immediately after I bled it, and then over the course of a 30 or 40 minute ride, it would get increasingly soft. And if I let it sit for any more than about 20 minutes, then it would get soft as well, like come all the way back to the bar soft. So I thought maybe I just didn't have a good bleed, but the progressive issue of it made me think I had an issue with the master cylinder. I've got a 2005 GSXR 600 front end on this, and I just used the stock master cylinder from that, and there was actually a recall on that one. Either 05 or 06, whichever one, I forget which one I have and which one the recall was, but I have the one that got recalled, but I thought it just wasn't, hadn't been swapped out. So I got this guy. This is a Brembo 19 GP Mark III something, I don't know, I'll put the link down below in the doobly-doo. Swapped it on here. It did not have a place for a brake switch, so I got a fancy schmancy pressure switch, which is easy to solder in line. And doesn't look super great down there, but that's the easiest, cleanest way to install that one that I could find. I'm sure somebody knows a better way, a better solution to that. But this seems to have fixed most of my issues. It still feels kind of soft. It's not like as firm as I would like it. So I'm gonna bleed it a few more times. I may hook up down here and back bleed it. But I don't know, at any rate, it works significantly better than it did. As you can see, it is a work in progress. I've just got a little tube here for my brake reservoir that is working for tootling around, but I don't want to have that be a permanent solution. I've got a brake fluid reservoir. I need to build a new bracket for it. This one doesn't work, so that has been has made this bike rideable, which is pretty sweet. In addition to that, I got some new throttle cables. If you've seen my previous videos, you will have noted that I had gotten some V-strum cables with the bar riser, the higher bars, the The stock S cables didn't fit. I wouldn't quite reach. They're real tight if I turned all the way this way. Like keep me from turning the bars all the way to the right. So I got some V-Strom cables, and I had a big loop of cable. And so I got these. These are Motion Pro stock plus 4-inch, which is still a little bit too long, but it's significantly better than it was. I think stock plus 2-inch would be about what I need. I may have to research and see if they had done those, but I had seen on the internets that these were a good solution. Another part of the fix for that is that this angle where this comes off of here on the V-Strom was about like yay. And so this keeps it a little bit tighter. If you look around on the internet forum, people will tell you that to get to them and install them, you can just drop the radiator, get up in there, and reach up from here and not have to take your throttle bodies off or the airbox. They are dirty liars, or they have much smaller, more nimble fingers than I have. Probably at least 2 inches longer than mine, with at least one extra joint. Super easy to pop the tank up, pop the airbox off, pop the throttle bodies off. I spent about 2 hours cussing and fidgeting with it, trying to get it to where I could get at it with just the radiator down. And it took me about 7 minutes to get the airbox off and the throttle bodies off, so just do it that way. Don't listen to those internet people, myself included. Another thing I had done was design this little brake line bracket. I'll post a picture up here of the one that I had. It was just a little strip of really thin metal, and as you can see, it was cutting into it. Just a plastic outside lining. It's braided steel. I wouldn't worry about it wearing through there, but it was kind of flimsy, and it was damaging this, so I 3D printed that guy, which was kind of just interesting, fun project. Little minor things that nobody will ever notice that make a difference. So while I was messing around and had the airbox off, I saw that my crankcase breather hose had come off of where it attaches to the airbox and sprayed oil all over the underside of my airbox and all over my engine, which is suboptimal at best. That hose, being original to this 2003 bike, was pretty dry and had split where it attaches to the airbox. So I couldn't get it back on there, so what I had to do was cut it off about 1 inch shorter down below where it was split. And then I got a little extension piece of hose, and I just extended it a couple of inches with a splice, so that way it would reach on up there. And now it's all connected, and I still have to clean out that area. So next time I wash this, we'll get some foamy engine bright and do that. Not too much else going on with it other than that. I flushed the rear brakes because the fluid in there was original from when I built this originally about, well, it's been going on 5 years now. So that's fresh. And let's see what else. I don't know that really too much else has changed. Like I said, not been a real exciting time for Operation SV2. Hopefully soon I can get to a point where I can ride it more often. Since we are in February and it is 80 degrees out, I think we're well on our way toward that. I'd like to do some more moto camping on it. I went on a trip, maybe it'll be 2 years ago, I guess. A moto camping trip with my buddy, which was pretty great. So I'd like to do more of that. Hopefully this spring or summer. Just commute on it. Go for weekend rides. what have you. And as you can see, tag's way long expired, so that's gonna be my short-term project, is to get it inspected and tagged. So that was the tag that was on it when I bought it, and I've just been kind of cruising around, but shh, don't tell anybody. I wonder if this is heat shrink. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, nothing super exciting going on in the life of Operation SV2. Hoping to do some more video. Although I'm kind of getting to a point where there's not really too much else I need to do to it. I think I'm going to rebuild the front little light nacelle and number plate. That is on the to-do list. I actually got a new headlight in the other day. It's actually a fog light from a Harley Davidson model. It's built to be a LED replacement for Harley Davidson fog light, but we're gonna use it as a headlight. I'm gonna have to drill some holes. I thought it had holes in it, but we'll drill some holes and mount it to the fork instead of frame this time. The more I look at this sticking out on the front, the less I like it. Sticking out kind of far. Looks okay. It's not awful. Looks pretty good from head on. From the side, kind of sticks out more than I'd like. So we'll mount that to the fork so we can pull it back a little bit. The problem was the ignition lock there, interfering with the lights I've got on there. So I'm gonna mount this just a little bit lower. It'll be under that, and I can pull this back in and mount it to the forks, and it will move with that, so I don't have to worry about that interfering. I'm also going to get a Motoscope Pro because I don't currently have a gauge set on this, and that is less than ideal. I'm using my phone as a speedometer, which is fine, it works, but I don't have a tachometer. I don't have any kind of alert for low fuel or turn signals or anything, you know, any of the other things that you kind of want when you're riding. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and spend the money. You know, it's the solution to pretty much anything, just throw money at it. Very true with motorcycles. And we'll do a little install video on putting a motoscope on this thing. I'll have to figure out some kind of some kind of mount for it on the bars as well. Hopefully I can build that all into the same little headlight nacelle number plate situation. So that'll be a little bit more content, and maybe, still got the mount on my helmet, maybe we'll get us a little bit of moto vlogging going on. We'll see if I can try that again. I tried it at one point and could never get the sound to work really well for me. But we'll try it again. Let's see if we got these. Oh, turn signals, and I got nothing front or back. So maybe I got the plugs on the wrong sides. Let's see if I can swap these plugs around. If that fixes anything. Oh, we got left. These bright. Those are kind of bright. Those are okay. Oh, and now I got right. Do I have right? Is right working? All right, it's working on the front. It's not working back here. All right, gotta flip them around. Yeah, as you can see, another reason I gotta change the headlight out. That flashy is my headlights. These are those LED drivers. It's high, and then low, and then flash. And somehow, even though they're wired up on the same switch, on the same plug, they get out of phase. Where one of them will be high, one of them will be low, and then one of them is flashy and one of them's high, and one of them's flashy and one of them's low. It's super weird. I can't figure it out. But the new headlight should fix that as well. And I'll have the ability to, well, what I should have done on these, having two of them, was had one of them be my on and then the other one be the brights, but I just wired them into the same plug. But when I redo this with the new headlight, it's got a DRL circuit, which can be my headlight, and then the bright can be the center light. And that came in a 2-pack, so we'll try with one and see if that's enough light, and if not, then we'll have to play with it and see what we got, but I'll bring you guys along for that too. And we should have some signals. And we have some signals. So we are set. The emergency flashes. Now, if you are changing from the stock turn signals to LEDs, you will need either a resistor in line. You can find those on Amazon, on eBay. I'm not going to direct you to any of those because there's a much simpler solution. Is the turn signal relay. You can buy one that comes with the resistor built in. Super easy, plug and play, saves you some soldering and or extra wiring. So do that. I'll put a link to the one that I got or a comparable one down in the description below as well. I'll put a link down in the description to these turn signals that I got as well. They're just standard universal motorcycle turn signals, but I'll make it easy for you guys if you want to do something similar to these. I'll also point out, if you guys haven't seen them before, my front turn signals are these guys. Just a little turn signal strip. It's got a zip tie running through it, and just zip tie it to your fork leg here. It's actually got an adhesive so you can pull it off. Pull off the adhesive and stick it on here. But I just use the zip ties, but those are super easy, reasonably visible as well. So I like those quite a bit. Keeps me from having something hanging out on the front, makes it a little bit cleaner. And then when they're off, you don't even notice they're there. And that's all for now, I guess. Kind of surprised you guys want to see more of me, hear more of my voice. As I'm sure someone will put in the comments below, there are many of you that don't. And that's fine. Haters gonna hate. But, like I said, I'm kind of surprised you guys want more of me, so we'll see if we can get some more videos going now that the weather's getting nicer and we can be out in the garage and work on this more. We'll make some more progress on it, and we'll get it moving along. That's all for now. We'll see you guys next time.